Hello, boys and girls. This is Woodbridge Mayor John McCormick, and I'm here to do what I love doing, one of my favorite things to do as mayor, which is read to kids. Except we can't do it in the class anymore because there's no school, so we're doing it on camera. But I promise you that once school opens in the fall, I'll be at all the classes trying to read as much as I can. So today's book is How Do Dinosaurs Say I'm Mad by Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. How does a dinosaur act when he's mad? Does he roar, slam the door, yell at mom or at dad? When he can't get his way, does he boast, "I'll be bad"? Is that what dinosaurs say when they're mad? When Papa says no, does he grumble and pout? When Mama says no, does he throw toys about? When he's told to sit still, does he kick at a chair? Does he act as if mother and father aren't there? When he hears take a nap, does he give dirty looks? When he's told quiet down, does he rip up his books? No cookies today, fling a mug at the cat? Time for bed, does he bang on the floor with his bat? No, a dinosaur doesn't. He counts up to 10, then after timeout, breathes calmly, and then he cleans up the mess and he picks up the mug. He says, "I'm so sorry." He gives a big hug. His anger is gone, so he opens the door. Not mad, I'm so glad, little dinosaur. Very good. That's a nice little book. And now I have one more. And this one is called Nothing to Do by Douglas Wood, illustrated by Wendy Anderson Halpern. Nothing to do. This one doesn't rhyme. Once in a while, along comes a day when there's nothing, absolutely, positively nothing to do. And isn't it great? No school, no homework, no Little League, no dance class, no play rehearsal, no soccer practice, no computer camp, no anything. Just a white, empty space on the calendar. Of course, some people get a little worried about these spaces. These people are very nice and wear big shoes, but we'll talk about them a little later. I think they mean adults. But what do you do when there's nothing to do? Well, I heard stories, wonderful stories, about taking off your shoes and walking through green grass or mud in your bare feet, or making toy ships out of sticks and sailing them across a puddle that somehow seems as wide as the ocean. I've heard about lying on your back, watching clouds turn from dinosaurs into crocodiles, into dragons, into bears, into butterflies, and into clouds. Or lying on your stomach, watching an ant carry something 3 times bigger than he is, while you wonder, how can he do that? And what do ants eat for breakfast that makes them so strong? I've heard of making a paper airplane do loop-de-loops and barrel rolls in the soft summer air, then land smooth as butter on bread. Or building a fort, a secret place where no one else can see you because you can't see them, and surviving for hours on peanut butter sandwiches and lemonade. I've heard about catching fireflies on a warm evening and putting them in a jar until you have 2 hands full of gold and then letting them all go. I've heard of swinging until your toes touch the clouds, or hanging by your knees like a monkey just to find out how monkeys feel. I've heard of climbing a good tree that's been waiting for you all its long life just to be climbed by you. Or finding a quiet spot and reading your very favorite book and then reading it again. Just because it is your favorite. I've heard stories about exploring places that really need to be explored. About making angels in the snow, or igloos or caves, or sledding, or tasting icicles, or throwing snowballs, or building round, fat men with orange noses and old hats who smile at everyone. Why, I've heard of swimming and building sandcastles, and hopscotching and jump roping and running and throwing and bouncing and painting and drawing, and playing with toys and puzzles and dolls and games, and puppies and kittens and hamsters and gerbils, and doing cartwheels and doing somersaults, and doing, well, sometimes just doing nothing. And maybe one of these best ways to do nothing is to show someone else how to do it. Maybe even someone with big shoes. Again, I think they mean adults. just to remind them that sometimes doing nothing is the most important thing in the whole wide world to do. Well, let me tell you, this book is especially important now in this pandemic because a lot of people have absolutely nothing to do and would love to do some of the things in this book because a lot of people are not going to school and they're not working. It's all crazy times, so this is a very important book. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll be back in a couple of days with some more books. And if I don't talk to you, I hope you have a great summer.